Right guys, what's going on? So I'm asking the question today, can you get a classic vehicle on the road, MOT'd, taxed and insured for under £1,000? Right, so the challenge today, as I said, is to get a working classic vehicle on the road for under £1,000. I purchased this bike yesterday, it was up for £1,000 and I walked away with it for £800. So £200 left to play with to make sure this bike is running, MOT, tax, insured, and just I can jump on it and have some fun. It broke down 1 mile from where I picked it up. It broke down. I think I broke down 4 or 5 times. It was running great, but it's just been bogging down, cutting out, and ended up taking it home in a van. The good news is fully comp insurance only cost me £101. And then a trip to Halfords with the stuff you see on the floor in front of you was around £30. At this stage, this bike has cost me £999.83 I believe, so if I can get this bike running today without it cutting out, I've got a classic vehicle on the road for under £1,000. Fully legal, it's MOT and tax exempt, so that's a result. I think, you know, I'll try in a minute, I'll probably be able to get it started, but like I said, it just cuts out. Not sure if there's some gunge in the carburetor or something, but that's what we're going to be trying to do today, is just get this thing working. Right, so here she is in all her glory. These are all the bits that I've got. Got some fresh fuel line, some fresh fuel filters, spark plug socket, a brush and some carb cleaner. Yeah, so this was between the petrol tank, petcock and the carburetor. As you can probably see, there's a lot of black crap in there. I thought this was the issue, this filter. The first thing I did when I got back yesterday was try temporarily just replacing the filter, bypassing it just temporarily, just to see if it run better, and it's still got the bogging out issue. There's one bolt missing here. I don't know whether that's threaded or just missing, but I've run out of budget on this bike, so today I'm just gonna probably take a look at this bolt that's missing. Going to try and get the carburetor off and give that a bit of a clean up. Place the spark plug and maybe the petrol tank. Maybe drain the old fuel out of it. And I did pick up 4 litres of E5, I think it is, super unleaded from Sainsbury's, which this bike should run on. Hopefully with them things it will stop cutting out. But yeah, in the meantime, let's see if this thing actually fires up today with that dodgy bit of fuel hose on it. Right, is it? Nope. 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 Nah, it's not having it. It's even worse than yesterday, to be fair. At least when I first jumped on this thing, I test rode it, it was fine. I went home, got my insurance sorted, come back, got a lift, picked it up, started. A little bit more difficult to start when I went back to collect it. Then when it was started, I got about a mile or 2 down the road and then it just cut out again, so I think it's time to clear the carb out and yeah, new plug, clean the tank out a little bit, fresh fuel, and see if it starts after that. Literally the first thing that I want to do is check the check this basic fuel petcock. It's got no secondary pipe at the back like some motorbikes have. It's a very simple one. It's off in this position, and I believe down's reserve and up is on as far as I know. Just want to check 2 things when I do this: whether the fuel's flowing well and whether there's a lot of shit in the fuel. To know whether there's a lot of crap in the tank that could be causing an issue. So yeah, we're going to look at both of them things.
Fucking hell! That's nice, isn't it? Fucking hell!
Blast from the past. Huh?
Have you just bought that?
Yesterday, yeah.
Did ya?
Yeah.
ST, that's 1977?
78.
78.
Yeah.
That's off to you, man.
Nice one.
Oh.
Cheers, mate. Let's see the quality of this fuel. So, I'm going to go straight to the up position. Oh, there was a bunch of... Let's turn that off. Wow. Don't know if you can see that in there. There was a bunch of rust that come out on that first pass. Let's try it in the downwards position. I'll reserve this. Oh, the choke's out. Reserve does nothing whatsoever. That's doing nothing. Upwards is coming out pretty reasonable. On the first pass it was chucking out a load of rust. Just going to let this drain out. Right, that's running out fine. There was a lot of rust and crap that come out on the first pass, but that ain't running too bad now. Don't know how old this fuel is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drain this whole lot down. It's funny that in the reserve position we're not really getting anything in the reserve position. It's only working in the up position, that petcock, so that's interesting. We've learned one thing already. I promise you this isn't a bowl of wee. Can you see the sediment of the rust at the bottom? I'm not going to have time to do a full petrol tank clean out today, but I think at least draining the petrol down and putting a fresh filter in, because I've got two filters. If one fills up with more rust and crap I can come back to the petrol tank, but that's going to be a longer job where I might have to leave the tank soaking in vinegar or something. So for now I'm just going to discard of that fuel and empty the tank completely of the old fuel. Oh, could hear some funny sounds in the tank then. Is that it draining out? Not too rusty inside that tank, to be fair. Not as rusty as you'd think for a motorbike that's like 44 years old. Petrol tank's drained. I'm going to clean that at a later date, but it don't actually look too rusty inside the actual tank. It don't look that bad. I've got a brand new jerry can and about 4.5 litres of super unleaded E5 fuel. I'm going to put this in the bike, but then I'm going to run half a bowl, maybe a third of a bowl of fuel out of it, just to clear out the sediment that was left at the bottom, and then compare the colour of the fuel, just see if it looks any different. I've no idea, but the stuff that come out was pretty dark yellow. Don't know how old the fuel was in the bike. I don't know if it was a week old, I don't know if it was a year old. I'm not sure how long this bike sat. So make sure the fuel's off, because that if it comes straight out the other end. Let's dump some of this in. I think that'll do. Let's just compare how this looks to the previous fuel that come out. Far less dark yellow. I don't know if that's a thing, I don't know. But it can't hurt, can it? It's brand new fresh fuel from the pump yesterday afternoon, so I'm going to dispose of this. In fact, this can go straight back in the tank, can't it? Right, so where we're at. Petrol tank possibly needs a clean, but it really doesn't look too bad. Figured out that the petcock only works in the up position, so there's no point trying to run it in the reserve position. We've eliminated the fact that shitty old fuel might be an issue. So petrol tank sorted, petcock we're happy enough with for now. Now I'm going to replace the original bit of fuel pipe and filter that was in the bike yesterday. It's a really flimsy filter with a lot of shit around the bottom. Again, I don't know whether this is causing an issue, but brand new fuel line. Had no clips on it either, so I'm going to put some clips on here and replace this fuel line next, and then we'll be moving on to the carburetor. I've just compared the original fuel filter, which you can see is that big, to the one that I just bought. Hopefully it shouldn't be an issue still. We'll get it to run. There's going to be plenty of room in there for 44-year-old rust anyway. Right, my mate Jamie's just come around and lend a little bit of a hand. Rubber gloves on, guys, safety first. Oh yeah, great, good one. Get the outside nice and... Don't get it in your mouth. Evaporates super quick, doesn't it? Yeah, it's mad. The spark plug I ordered last night on Amazon Prime said it was coming today, not before 1 or anything. I ordered it about 11 o'clock tonight and it come this morning. It's mental. Had a trip to Alfred, spent about 30 quid. The whole thing's... Oh, there was quite a bit of fuel in there. Yeah, it's got a rubber seal in there. That float come off so quick I didn't get a chance if there's any shit. Is that a bunch of shit there?
Yeah, it is. That's rust. That's rust. 100% straight on the magnet to the screwdriver, that is.
I think this might do.
Yeah, I reckon so.
I reckon this and a new plug. If it's bogging out then, I'm really not sure. Right, do you reckon that is cleaned up enough to... done everything, haven't we? There's no other... Without taking it apart to the extremes, I don't think there's much more. I can give that little gasket a wipe over. In fact, I probably won't actually, because carb cleaner's probably not the ideal medium for that. Does that go?
Yep.
No, that goes in there. So right. So I'm not sure what the official name for this is. It reed?
It's your reed block.
Yeah, reed block. That's what I thought I used to call it. You get like a little sort of meshy thing inside, if I remember right. I've not done one of these for years. Right. So I've got to remember the top one on my side is the one with no bolt. So I'm going to check that in a moment to see if the thread's knackered or it's just got a bolt missing. It'd be amazing if it's just a bolt missing, because obviously that's very easily replaced. Right, we're taking the reed block off, and that is the one that has snapped off. Jamie is kindly pointing out, like a true assistant with a screwdriver. Yeah, there's a tiny bit sticking out. I mean, not a lot though, not a lot at all. Maybe a little spray with WD first, and then I don't know if you can get something. It doesn't look like someone's tried to get something on the end of it, which is good. But that looks proper awkward, to be fair. Worst case scenario, it's just going to be put back together with 3 bolts very nicely, but we'll have a quick go at getting it out. Right, that looks absolutely filthy in there, so I'm going to give this a little spray out. Jamie's having a go at tapping the missing bolt out really carefully with a chisel and hammer rubber mallet. Guys, tell me something, is that a Tesla logo or is it me? Is that a 1978 Tesla logo stamped on this metal piece? What an amazing job. So we come up with the idea of getting a chisel on it and a rubber mallet and just gently tapping it around ever so carefully, thanks to Jamie's steady hand. He's actually pulling it out by hand now, so it looks like if I can source another bolt, then, well, of course you can source another bolt, whether we can source a bolt right now, but when this goes back together, we'll just be able to put a bolt in as normal, which is amazing. Good job, mate. That's out. Here we go. Look at that. Amazing. So much ag just on one little bolt.
I was ready to get one of the little tap and die sets.
I have got a tap and die set. I won't get a bolt out though.
Yeah,
got
drill straight into it.
Oh yeah, if you drill, but then we'd have to take the old engine block off to be able to drill into it. It's a lot. It's not
it's a ball ache.
This is a 2 hour. Can we make it? Can we rehaul an old motorbike in 2 hours without doing anything too major? Kind of revamp. Do you know what I mean? Look at that, beautiful. So we've got that in there. Absolutely lovely job. Quite pleased with the progress so far. Whether it makes bugger all difference. This fuel tap, guys, we might bypass this. Cheers, mate. We might bypass a filter just because it's so freaking big and ridiculous. I don't know though, it will tell us if fuel's going through, so I don't know whether to leave it in.
That's it straight away.
We'll make that decision in a moment whether we just bypass a fuel filter, or I think after cleaning it might be an idea to leave a filter on so we don't get no sediment from the tank coming through. It's looking good. Oh, why have we got a washer? Is there 3 washers for the... Cleaned up nicely. So petrol tank had a very crude washing out, emptied all the old fuel, put in fresh fuel, checked the petcock. The petcock only works in the up position. We've cleaned the reed valve block, reed block, whatever you want to call it. Cleaned the carb out thoroughly, that's about to go back on. We've extracted the snapped off bolt off the reed block. I think that's it, isn't it? Just a general clean out. And the last thing we're going to do is change the spark plug and check out the condition of the spark plug. Could be quite interesting. That could tell us potentially of any issues. So it'd be nice to see what colour the spark plug comes out. But I'm going to get this beautiful clean looking carburetor back on. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty decent. Quite happy with how that's come out. Blown carb cleaner through every single orifice known to man. Yeah, let's give it a go. I wonder where to go shorter.
Yeah, I was going to say you might want to snip that off with your fingers. Yeah.
About there. Right, checking in on the handiwork. So petrol tank emptied out, fresh fuel in it, not thoroughly cleaned but good enough. Petcock we tested, only works in the up position. Put a funky new fuel line, a massive huge filter in there that'd take any amount of rust in that. I'm not sure if that's the right way around that filter actually. I've got a feeling that might be the wrong way around.
Should have an arrow. Should.
Oh, well.
Some come with an arrow.
Either way, it's probably still going to filter for now just to test it out. Carburetor's nice and clean. We've replaced the bolt on the reblock, and the only thing left to do now is put a nice freshie in. Fucking hell, it's really wet. Really wet. Don't look bad, does it?
It should still be like a light piney brown, like
it's a bit too wet.
It's a bit dark.
I reckon it's over fueling.
Yeah.
Possibly over fueling.
But when we had that,
or under sparking, who knows?
The starting and stopping, and then playing with the choke every now and then.
I mean,
just
there's also that gunge, which
you shouldn't have too much gunk, but it's had a build up already, and it looks pretty new.
What's this one like in comparison to size? I think that looks alright, doesn't it? It's got. Do I need to take the little nipple off the top? Unless it's already in the cap. Unless it's already sitting there.
No, it's an off job. You need to take it off.
Pair of pliers. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Fuck me, it's bright. I can't see a thing. Right, so we've got the B8 HS coming out. And the Iridium BRE HIX. It even sounds like cooler, doesn't it? It's clearly going to make all the difference. Look at it though, look at the stickers, they even make it look like it'll go faster.
I think you stick your tongue on the end of it and test which one's stronger.
I'm curious of whether this will kick start up. I tried to start it this morning and it just...
Nothing.
It did fire, but like about 200 RPM and cut out.
Oh, so it high revved and then...
Right, how tight? Not very tight, I don't think, is it? Spark plugs.
You want to get all the way down.
There's quite a lot of leverage, so
yeah.
I don't want to go mad with it.
Into account as well.
Yeah,
you got that.
I think that'll do. I think it needs to be more than that. If it pings out, that's better than it pinging in. Pinging out's better than pinging in.
Yeah, it went on there nice as well.
Choke on?
Yeah, I would.
Choke on. Ignition on. Fingers crossed. Ooh, first. Choke in, try it.
Yeah,
Burns it out, doesn't it?
back out just until the float bowls fill up with petrol. Should start to pick up. Yeah, pick up on its own.
Yeah, that neutral between first and second is real. Here he comes. Meow. Feel like a big kid all over again. It's awesome. That's sick. Well good.
Yeah, I'm amazed as well, man. Goes well, doesn't it?
It's got that
It's a
problem.
smile on your face. God, not much puts a smile like that on someone's face.
No, not nowadays. I was a grown up. I don't know what to say. I think the smile on my face says it all. It's like being 14 years old again, isn't it?
Nothing like it.
Except
Nice
I can't believe I'm actually legal on this. I mean, I'm not sure them donuts were technically legal, but man, what fun. Done it. Under £1,000. Bosh, on the road, MOT'd, tax insured. Just need to put a lid on. Probably ride it a bit more sensibly, but yeah. That is it for this video, guys. Thanks a lot for Jamie for coming down and helping out. Hey. Rock, scissors, paper, stone.
Done it on purpose.
Oh man, thank you so much, Jamie.
That's all right, that's all right. It's all good.
I'm lost for words. You can probably just see by the grin on my face, that was just epic fun.
Yeah.
Just brings back their memories, the smell of two-stroke, the sketchiness, the smokiness, the little two-stroke raspiness. It's just epic fun. Under £1,000, guys, £999.83 I calculated it. 800 for the bike, 101 for insurance, and the rest on spark plugs, can't even say it, carb cleaner, all that good stuff. Under £1,000 on the road. You can enjoy the rest of the summer. And this is going to be a little project on the channel, guys, so don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Follow, like, leave a comment. This is going to bring back memories, I know, for so many of you. I literally got stopped by people driving past today just to ask about it. I've had 2 people mention their FS1E fizzy Yamahas. Yeah, it's just a bit of kit, isn't it? It's a little weapon. Could end up doing a little bit of a sort of light mods, respecting the age of the vehicle and stuff. But yeah, that is it for today, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the video soon. Take it easy. Alright. What now?
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be